Hello, my name is William from 222 Productions, and I am here to talk to you about the American Ninja Warrior Season 10 Indianapolis Qualifiers in approximately 20 minutes or less, starting right now. So, this was an interesting episode. This was the big return of Isaac Caldiero, the first man and currently only man to win $1 million on American Ninja Warrior. They promoted him the week before in Miami, and the intro for this episode was kind of weird in that, like, a lot of the wording in this episode made it sound like Isaac was like the only one to clear all 4 stages in A&W, which is obviously not true. If you want to call him the first American Ninja Warrior champion, that's fine, because, like, you can define that as the person who won the $1 million. Like, whatever. I still think they both should have gotten the money, but that's another story. But, like, there was a few times where they made it seem like he was the only one to clear all 4 stages, and, like, that's not true. Like, I watched the episode. There was a second dude who did it before him, named Jeff Bryn, who was also there at the taping. It's so crazy. He was there. Jeff was there, and they completely ignored that and just, oh yeah. To be honest, the way that they handled Isaac, a bit weird. But I'm not going to harp on it too much after that. So just go through the obstacles. We had, first we had the floating steps, as usual. Then we had the return of Cannonball Drop, which took out a lot of people. So there was 110 people who took on this course, and apparently 32 of them failed the Cannonball Drop. One person who didn't make it on the TV was Lauren Ball, who unfortunately got DQ'd on the Cannonball Drop by grabbing the truss. They tend not, the A&W tries not to show DQs whenever possible, so that's why his run was completely cut. I imagine if it was someone like, say, Jesse or Drew, Jesse Graff or Drew Dreschel who got DQ'd, they probably would have showed it, but they try to not air these things. Then they had the wheel flip, which is basically you got 2 wheels. So imagine a wheel here attached by a board. You got to grab one, you got to turn it, and then you got to do it again. Go to the next wheel, turn it, and then do it again. I like it. It's different. Seems a bit tough for a third obstacle. But yeah, that's fine. And then you had the block run, which is a good balance obstacle. Followed by the spin hopper, which is basically you got like a bunch of poles, these horizontal poles. You got to jump up like this, kind of like a devil steps, range of devil step progression. But the catch is that a lot of them they spin on their axis. So if you try going one at a time, it's going to cause it to spin on you, and so you got to go one at a time. Some of them don't spin for logistical reasons. It's like a big centerpiece that allows you to move to the downward stuff. It's a cool obstacle. Tough obstacle. Then, of course, we have the dual wart walls. So we started this episode with free pizzas. Yay! From a dude named Derek Pavoni. He's a pizza maker. He ended up failing the Cannonball Drop. He landed on the platform and fell backwards. That's a good failure, honestly. I like stuff like that. Oh, that's right. There's this guy named Bill Westrick. He received an ACL donor. He met the widow. This was kind of a very contrived video package. It was very clearly set up and stuff. Like, it's great. Like, the actual story is great, but the way it's presented was kind of not. It's a bit. This episode, not as good as Miami in various ways. I'll say this, in regards to like the spin hopper, I was shocked that the cutoff point was failing the spin hopper because they showed so many people failing the Cannonball Drop and stuff, and the way they edited it, because they showed so many block run fails also. Like Jody Avila, the big dog ninja. I can't say big dog ninja anymore because he's already out. He failed the block run. He's out just like that. And that's I'm very, very sad. He got muzzled. He got leashed. Anyway, so yeah, very, very sad. Very sad to see that. But yeah, just the way the show was edited, it made it seem like the field did worse than it actually did. If you get what I'm saying, like yeah, a lot of people failed prior to the spin hopper, but like just enough. Basically, looking at the full results, like let's see, 18. Okay, yeah, basically like enough people made it to the spin hopper. A whopping 21 people actually. Yeah, basically, of all the people who failed the spin hopper, only one of them didn't move on. Actually, I take that back. Exactly everyone who failed the spin hopper moved on. Um, and not a single person who failed the spin hopper didn't move on. So like just enough people. So yeah, but I was shocked that the cutoff point was not block run because they made it seem like that was going to be the cutoff point. Like for example, Brandon Mears. You know, he has a new son. Hooray! He also failed block run and he's out. Oh, that's not good. Although they later showed Dan Palisi, he got so close on the mega wall, but failed that. They showed Kyle Stratman, who was a dog walker who claims that dogs saved his life. Good, nice little story. He ended up clearing. That was good. That was good. There was the teacher named Nicole Martinez who they kept talking about how like she kept failing the second obstacle. That's another thing. Like Indianapolis, like based on like last year with Kansas City, because I associate Kansas City with Indianapolis, even though it's not like a 1-to-1 thing. And he, there's a lot of different stuff, but like sometimes you get a sense that like there's always like that one region where like the field is not up to snuff as other people. You kind of get like that's the feel, like the overall not as good, and yeah, and that's kind of mean to say, but that's kind of unfortunate. Mike Wright in a Speedo, and there was a dude in a panda suit named Tom Daly. I appreciate that. Look, gotta dress up differently sometimes, and gotta keep A&W fun. Gotta keep A&W fun. Josh Butler, I remember him. Came back, adopted kids. It's always good to adopt kids. He failed a block run also. Again, like they showed so many runs with people either failing, like Scott Dixon, he failed the wheel flip, you know? And these are the people who are getting full runs, like who are just, seemingly going out earlier. That I was shocked. Again, just the whole idea of being shocked when people, the cutoff point was the spin hopper and not the block run. I just want to bring up Jimmy Choi. It was good to see him again. I'll say this in that I feel like A&W with the profiles, because I kind of mentioned last year when he ran that he's their annual feel good story and all that, but I think there is a way to sort of overdo these sort of things, these type of profiles, because I saw him compete in National Ninja League on one of the qualifier courses during the live stream, and as the camera was approaching him, he said, "I'm not shaking because I'm paraphrasing here. I could be completely wrong. It was something along the lines of, I'm not shaking because I'm nervous. I'm shaking because Parkinson's, but don't let anything get in your way." And that little speech he gave, I felt like was way more effective at sort of bringing up the whole Parkinson thing and overcoming it than what A&W did. And I guess it's that whole thing of sometimes less is more. And last year they put a whole production behind it. This year they still did, but it was very much a different way this time around, in which they talked about the run, the charity run, and all of that. But yeah, that's kind of my whole thing about it. Yeah, good on Jimmy Choi, good on him. I don't want to make it seem like I'm hating on him or anything like that. And I just feel like sometimes the production really kind of goes overboard. It doesn't go overboard. Travis Rosen, he cleared. Really glad to see him clear. I kind of I kind of joked that his new shirt makes it look like he joined Team Rocket. Just kind of looked that up a bit. He had a really bad Mega Wall attempt though. I don't know what was up with that. They showed Tyler Yamauchi mid run. He failed block. No, he didn't fail block run. He easily passed block run. Failed the spin hopper, which was surprising. I found it to be surprising. Let's see. Michael Borger. Yeah, they showed him mid run. He cleared. That was good. They showed Chris DeGangi somewhere in this. There's. They showed Chris DeGangi clearing in a fast forward segment, and Brian Arnold failing the spin hopper again, which was surprising. And so the last two runs that got full treatment. First was Jesse Labreck. They kept mentioning that like ever since her and Chris DeGangi started dating, they've been having the same exact results. And true to form, she cleared just like Chris did. She kind of had a really weird interview afterwards in which like she was like, "Oh, I don't like what just happened. I don't remember any of it," which was like very odd because it's like you've done this before, you've cleared before. Like this isn't new for you. It's so very bizarre because she was acting like someone who just did this for the first time, was shocked about it, and very very unusual. And then they ended with Isaac, and like, so yeah, he made his return. They really try to play him up as like one of the greats, which like I mean to be fair, he cleared all four stages, so he's obviously good. His look was very weird. He was in a polo and khakis and shaved his facial hair. It was really weird considering like I had just saw him and talked to him at the National Ninja League Finals, and he still had his old look there. Also, when I was talking to him this was off camera because honestly I forgot to ask him to interview because I was tired. But after talking to him, I straight up asked him like, "Are you coming back?" And the answer he gave me, it wasn't a committal yes or no, but I kind of figured from what he said, yeah, he's coming back. And I was right. And he ended up clearing the course. He definitely seemed like he took his time. Like he really wanted to make sure that he doesn't mess this up. He unfortunately failed the Mega Wall, which means no Mega Wall clears this time around. But he did end up clearing the course, and so he's so far looking good. And so, yeah, that's all I want to talk about. Let's go through the stats. So, 110 competitors, which is very high, competed this time around. We had 13 full runs, 2 runs show mid progress, 24 fast forwards, and of the 10 completions, 10 of them were shown. So, let's go through the top 30. So, the 10 clears, we had Michael Borger, Dan Polizzi, Chris DeGangi, Travis Rosen, Brad Spine, Kyle Stratman, Rigel Henry, Philip Huck, Isaac Caldiero, and Jesse Labreck. Then we had 20 people fail the spin hopper to finish out the top 30 in the form of Ethan Swanson, Trevor West, Brian Arnold, Tama Yamauchi, Taylor Tackett, Eric Shepard, James Wilson, Alex Carson, Jones Duncan, Kyle Schulze, Courtney Timmons, David Wormsdorf, Mario Brown, Mike Wright, Jesse Morrow, Alex Bienz, Mohammed Alabzork. I'm terribly sorry, Mohammed. Almarzork. I apologize. Nicole Martinez, Jerry DiRulio, and Marcelino Riley. And we only need 2 more women to round out the top 5 women rule. And that is Madeline McNeil, who failed the spin hopper, and Megan Anton, who failed the wheel flip. And that is everyone from Indianapolis. And that is all done. So, that's everything that I thought of Indianapolis. Kind of a ho-hum episode. But overall, I've seen worse. What did you think? Did you like Indianapolis? Did you like the return of Isaac? What are your thoughts on Isaac Caldiero and his return? What do you think of the obstacles? Were you surprised in how destructive the the cannonball drop was. Let me all know in the comments below, and if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you next time where we talk about the Philadelphia qualifiers, where I make my A&W television debut as a member of the audience. But until then, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.